Hey, hello everyone. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been up for almost an hour. I asked my husband if he would wake me up when he leaves, so that way I get used to being up early and being up all day, and hopefully that'll make me tired and want to sleep at a decent time at night. Because 12:30, 1 o'clock is not going to cut it if I'm going to be starting day shift. That's right. I am going to a new job starting next week. And I'm excited about it. But I definitely wanted to get into a better sleep routine. And so that starts now. So here we are. And it is a coffee talk. So I do have a new coffee flavor. But I also have a brand new coffee mug. As you can see, it's from Mel's Classic Diner in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's actually the first souvenir. Sorry, the cat's meowing on the other side of the door and right on cue. She'll be alright. She just wants in. She's nosy. And hollering. But she's got water in her water dish and food in her food bowl. So, you know, she'll be alright. She just wants to be in the video. That's all it is. Anyway, we went down to the Green Dragon about 2 weeks ago. And I got some new flavors of coffee. This is by Green Mountain. It's called Toasted Marshmallow Mocha. And I wasn't sure if it was going to come out like that creamy stuff that's like not really good. Or if it was actually going to be a coffee. And it's a coffee. I did put one creamer in it just because with flavored coffees, they're usually, yeah, I don't want that. So, here we go. When you go to sip it and like you smell, it smells like a hot chocolate, tastes like a coffee. You get some hints of mocha in there for sure. It's not overpowering, and I think the creamer I put in Irish cream creamer, only one. That kind of enhances a little bit of a marshmallowy flavor, but it's more mocha than marshmallow, which for me is disappointing because I like that marshmallow thing. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, starting a new job. I'm excited though, because I'll be working with a handful of people that I worked with when it was Darren Camp. So that has me super pumped and super grateful, because I really took it very hard when Darren Camps closed down. That was a rough year all around, but you know, God has only been grateful since. And I've been very grateful for the opportunity that I've had at Grocery Outlet. It's always hard to say goodbye and to leave the people that... I'm not going to miss being a front-end manager at all. It's like super stressful and not my thing. But I don't mind the customer service side of it. It's the like trying to get kids to do what they're supposed to do and them just not doing what they feel they are, you know, kind of doing what they want to do, and that's super irritating to me. So I live with a teenager. I just don't want to deal with that anymore. So I'm gonna be working in a deli in Carnes. And I have so much experience in the deli, it's going to be a breeze, but it'll be nice to not have to be in charge of everything. I think because we're doing the homeschool thing, that's still happening this year anyway. You know, it's too much for me to have to be in charge of every aspect of my life. That's super stressful, and you would think as a control freak that would be great, but no, I don't. Like, I feel I'm overwhelmed because all of the responsibility is on. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm perfectly happy slicing people's meats and cheeses and giving really great customer service in that way. So there you go, transition. But, you know, I have been, so what I want to talk about today is, like, focusing on, like, reading between the lines. So, the lines would be, like, the stuff that stresses us out every day, and the stuff that we're focusing on that we're not supposed to be focusing on, and kind of, seeing the good in between there. So, what started all this is, you know, I don't know why, but once we got back from vacation, I've been kind of on this, like, I've been in a funk. I've been in a spiritual funk. And I think that mixed with, you know, the idea of leaving, I don't transition very well. Does that sound familiar? My son, I'm not good with changes, even though this is within my control. It's still a big adjustment. And like, I already was like crying in the office the one day, because there's some people that I work with that I'm not ready to not work with anymore. But I know how much it means to me to be home with my family at night and to not have to rush through choir practice on, it's only 2 Sundays a month, but it's still stressful to have to rush through them to get to work. And then I end up I'm in a bad mood a good hour and a half into my shift, because, you know, I feel like I just don't like rushing around. I like having enough time to get things done, and I don't like the helter-skelter of it, I guess. So Sundays are kind of stressful days when they're not really supposed to be stressful days, right? Sunday's supposed to be the day of rest. And, you know, but I knew I would have to work Sundays when they, you know, asked me to be a front-end manager. I agreed to it, and I was okay with it for the longest time. But I think just everything piling on top of the other, it just, I need my Sundays to not be so chaotic. But I have been in just like this funk, and like, not depression or anything like that, but just like when we sing worship songs on the worship team, like, I understand where the lyrics are coming from, but I don't feel really connected to them. You know, and so I've been, and then I beat myself up for that, because here's where those lines come in. Because I'm thinking, you know, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just, you know, dive right in like I usually do? Why can't I just make myself connect, you know, again? And, you know, I'm doing something wrong and I can't figure it out. And, you know, last night we were at a baseball game, the Revs game. They had emailed me and asked if I could sing the national anthem. I was like, hey, yeah, I love doing that. That's, I don't know, it's just something I enjoy, and it makes me happy that, it makes me feel good that they, you know, when they ask me, you know, just always makes you feel good when that, you know, stuff like that happens. Anyway, so we're like halfway through the game, and my husband's back started hurting. It was bothering him all day yesterday, and my first instinct was to just kind of rub rub his back a little bit to try and make him feel better. And our daughter, who was sitting on the other side of him, her first instinct was to lay hands on him and pray. And I thought, you're right, Morgan, that should have been the first thing that came to my mind. And, you know, after, you know, she was done praying, I thought, man, why can't I, you know, like, it really was like the faith of a child, you know, seeing the faith of a child. And, you know, I had a realization, like, instead of beating myself up for what I'm going through, like, here's the in between the lines part. We must have done something right, that these kids, their first instinct is to pray for someone. I mean, that's pretty cool. So, I am gonna, you know, I need to have my own conversation with the Almighty and figure things out. But I just wanted to share that, because even though we're not perfect, we're never going to be perfect as human beings, as Christians, as believers, we're still never going to be perfect. And every now and then we might go through something like this. But there's little ways just like that. Just like my daughter. There's little ways and reminders that God gives to us. And shows us that, like, hey kiddo, it's not all bad. You know, this isn't forever. You know, and this is just something you're going through right now, but I know things will get better. And his back already feels better this morning. So that's good. And I don't know. So that was kind of it. I just wanted to, so whether it's your spiritual journey or your weight loss journey, I need to apply that to all areas, and we could all apply that to all areas, that yes, there are going to be setbacks, even with weight loss. There's going to be setbacks, because you're not going to have a perfect day every day. The most important thing is that you're trying, and that you don't give up. And I'm learning that. And it's pretty, like, the fact that I didn't eat all that bread in like 3 days, especially with this transition going on in my life and how I'm a little stressed, that I think it might not mean anything to you, but to me, I know for me that is a huge thing, because food has always been that comfort, that it literally fills in the empty void when I'm going through stuff like this. And it's usually like bread and sweets and stuff. And I have still been eating salads at work, and I'm still watching my calories. I have eaten 1 or 2 slices a day, but then that's it. Because I figured if I do that in the beginning of the day, I have the whole day to work those calories and carbs off. So for breakfast, I am, while they're in the house, which they're almost gone. But that's what I was doing. I was allowing myself 1 or 2 slices a day in the morning. That way I would have all day to work them calories off. And I haven't weighed myself or done measurements. I need to get back into that. Excuse me, but I need to up my game a little bit, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. So that's it. This is 15 minutes long now. Thanks for listening, and you know, if you're going through a funk, whether it's depression or you're just holding on to a lot of stress, you know, it's not permanent. It's only temporary. It'll be over, and I challenge you to just look past all the things that are stressing you out or making you depressed, and really push yourself to focus on all the good that's going on, because there are good things. Even something as small as I have full lungs full of air. I have a brand new day to do whatever I want with it. I can make this a pretty good day. And, you know, something little like that, you gotta start with the little things, you know, because that's what makes the big things really, really great, in my opinion. So there you go. I went over my 16 minutes. Thank you, and have a great day. Until next time. Bye.